Hi, good afternoon. This is Michael from Asia Virtual Solutions. Today's video will be a short video, and we'll be looking at Blacklist filter, or it's just shown as filter in GSA Search Engine Ranker. This is quite a feature that not many people use or not really know exactly what it's for. So I'll try to explain to you in a little bit more detail today what that is. So let's go to the GSA Search Engine Ranker. The filter I'm talking about is this filter you see here. You see the submission, capture, indexing, and filter. I call it a blacklist. If you look at the top there, it mentions blacklist. So I call it a blacklist filter. So what exactly are these? What is it for, and how often should we set this for? Basically, these are sites, like stop forum spam or stop spam sites like that, where people list sites that websites that are spamming, websites that are malicious, websites, any website that is that people block for one or other reason, that maybe do malware advertising, stop forum, or sites that are doing phishing attempts. So basically any site that you don't really want to post to those sites or connect to those sites are these. And these lists are just public lists which the GSA developers has added in here, and some, if you sort it by entries, these lists update all the time. So if you want to make sure that you don't submit to any nasty sites or any sites that complain a lot when people post on their sites, then you want to enable this filter. This is basically what it's for. So you will not be, some sites do not get really abused and hammered, and the website owner do not want the comments or do not want things posted to their sites. So they normally list their site on one of these sites. This is just how often we're going to check for updates on those sites. So 1,440, let's see here, I think that's about 3 hours, 3 or 6 hours, 1440, sorry, 1144 divided by 60 minutes. Yeah, that's I thought it was something else there. So we can say we want to check every 6 hours. So every 6 hours, the 60 minutes times 6 equals, that's every 6 hours, it's 360 minutes, or we want to check once a day. There's 24 hours a day times 60. That's the 1440. I think this is what this was, 1440. So check once a day, download the updates from here, and then here at the bottom we can say how much, because some of these sites are huge. They're really big. So I would say download about 10 to 20 megabytes of data from those sites. And then it will auto update, and it will show the last date it was updated on there. But yeah, so once a day, that's fine. Those sites don't update every single minute. So once a day, update. If you've got a big hard drive, you can even make this bigger to 50 or 100 megabytes, and you get even more. What this is also handy for is if you receive let's say the company where you rent your VPS from are sending you abuse complaints. They receive complaints that your VPS spamming somebody's site or attacking somebody's site, which can happen when you use GSA or proxy scraper or searching for links. That is normally seen as an attack by the webmasters, and then I report it to your web host, or to your VPS provider rather, and then they send you abuse complaints, and if it happens too often, they might even shut down your VPS. So what you can do is you can create your own list. So I've now added my list here. You see, I just did a test. Normally, if it's just one link, you can just click add and add the link in there. Or if you want to import, then you import a file. So what I've done is I created a file. This is just a test that I did. It's not a real blacklist. Let me just close this. I have here a list of basically my languages on Azure Virtual Solutions. So this is the format. So if you receive complaints from a site, then you add the site on your list. Maybe you receive a lot of complaints, or maybe you have some of your own site that you don't want GSA to spam your own site. Then you can add your own sites on here as well. Basically, what will happen then is GSA will not post to these sites that's on this list. So if you have your own sites, or maybe you don't want to post to your competitor sites, you can list all the sites on here that you don't want to post to. So if you have received abuse complaints, then look at the abuse complaint. They sometimes will give you the IP address. You can add the IP address who complained as well on this list. The same format, just so add an IP like this. Something like that, one below the other, and you can mix it with URLs and IPs, etc. And then just keep it on your desktop, and you can always update this list. And then in the program here, you see I've added it here, and it was last updated today at this time. So how do I add it? I added it by clicking the O. At the O I added, well, it's my desktop folder. So let's just go to desktop. So I just copy the desktop path. Like that. And then there's a backslash. And then that file was called, the easiest would be just to go to the properties. Properties, and then just copy the file name. Then this is a .txt file. You can upload it to your server if you want, also by FTP to your server, and that way you can just put the HTTP link to the text file on your server. I already have this here, so I don't think it will add already in the list, yes. And that's it. That's all you have to do. And now when you start your GSA and start submitting, it's going to check this list and avoid any site that's on these things. So this is not a site, this is a TXT file with a bunch of URLs. You can actually copy this link and go and look at that list, and you'll see what's all on there. But these are huge. And then once a day it will update this list from this list. And if you have many VPS, you can then just select and export them and use it on another list. We do have Azure Virtual Solutions, since we provide VPSs, we do have a lot of abuse complaints that we receive quite often, and all the VPSs that Azure Virtual Solutions provide in the network drive, if I can now just find that, Sorry, 1 second. We have in the network drive on Azure Virtual Solutions VPSs. Give me a second. Okay, there we go. On each of the servers, we have a folder in the AVS Azure Virtual Solution Network, and this is our blacklist, which looks like this. So you see there's IP addresses. So these are all people that complain. They send abuse complaints to Azure Virtual Solutions, or they send it to my VPS supplier, to the data center or the VPS supplier, and complain. And then I just add them to this list. So if you have a GSA VPS from Azure Virtual Solutions, you will see in your network folder, you have normally the proxies, the site list, and then there's blacklist as well. So that's what that is for. So it prevents people from sending to that list, because that list, they don't want people spamming them or hitting them hard with backlinks and scraping their sites. Yeah, that's basically it. There's not really rocket science. You just keep adding to the list, and if there's any ones on here that you maybe do not want to, then you just uncheck them. And that's it. You don't have to do anything in the projects itself. Once it's set in here, the projects will automatically check this list always, and skip posting to these sites. Yeah. So if you receive a lot of abuse complaints, check this box. If you want to live on the wild side and haven't received any complaints yet, then don't check that. Then you will post to all of these sites that you might post to. You will not be blocked by any of this on this sites on this list. But if you receive complaints and you really run a white hat site, and you don't want to cause problems for your site, then just check that box. Play it safe. Okay, so that's just a quick overview of what this filter tab is. I hope that it's of any help to you. Okay, thanks and have a good day.